Sun Belt Conference in shutouts. And JD has been very, very good in her 2 years in a red, white, and blue jersey. It's the Think Pink Day today in Mobile, Alabama. Jags wear the pink stockings, Southern Miss in the yellow and the black. Taking a look at our playing conditions for today. 83 degrees, mostly sunny, humidity right around 50%. Winds towards 6 miles per hour. Humidity numbers are good here for the Gulf Coast. Normally likes to hover around 105, it seems like. Air like water. Caused a lot of hydration breaks to be needed across the first part of the season. That being said, it is still a hot midday in Mobile, Alabama. Watch out for how the heat could play an effect on both sides today. South Alabama a little bit lean on the bench, as is Southern Miss. As the Eagles, a good job of controlling the ball here in the opening minute. Southern Miss working towards the midfield. There's Izquierdo. South Alabama takes it away. Daniela Fuentes with it. Gets it to Abby Jacobs, who goes up to Green. Green splits 2 defenders and tries to shoot it across the midfield. And there's a turnover by South Alabama for Figueroa in dangerous territory. Figueroa, 1 goal, 1 assist on the year. And pushed off an attempted shot there. It'll roll out the back end. South Alabama ball, and JD Gutierrez Campos will take the goal kick for the red, white, and blue. Gutierrez Campos, as mentioned, a sophomore here at South Alabama. From Mexico City, Mexico, former member of the Mexican U17 national team. At one point, placed second, got a silver medal in international competition. That ball spiraling through the air, and it's picked up on the front foot by Southern Miss. Kingsley angling a ball towards the front of the box. South Alabama takes it away. Jags have not spent time in the attacking third today, as that ball's played over the top of Morgan Cross by Mallory Tapper. Jags with it on their foot now. Mahi with it. Mahi softly to Fuentes. Fuentes looks for Cross, plays it off her top. And she'll lose possession there, picked up by Lexi Griffin. Golden Eagles retreat back to the box. Jasmine Green picks it up just outside the right side. Green works her way towards the near post, directs one towards the front, and a Southern Miss defender is there. The gold jerseys will head back the other direction. South Alabama comes up with the challenge there. And the Golden Eagles move the ball back to the back line. Mentioned the record for Southern Miss. South Alabama comes in 7-1-6 on the year, 3-0-3. They have not lost a conference match this year. That being said, for a team that returned as much offense as they did and has found as many new producers as they have, the draws have been a little bit disappointing for the Jags. When they scored in bursts, but it's been hard to find consistent offensive production for the red, white, and blue. They're coming off a 0-0 draw against James Madison last Sunday in Harrisonburg, Virginia. Before that, it was a matchup with ULM where 4 different Jags found the net against the Warhawks and stymied a very good ULM offense. The lone goal for the leader in shots and points in the Sun Belt Conference coming in the final minutes of the game. Whistle blows there, and a foul will be credited down on the field. It'll be Jags ball just on the edge of the middle third. Lowry to take the free kick for South Alabama. And she's going to direct one towards the middle of the Southern Miss defense. It'll play off the top of Sashuba. Jags will pick it up. They're going to look for Abby Jacobs on the far side. Jacobs from just outside the box. First touch went off her toe. Redirects. As Adi looking for space, nowhere to go. Southern Miss takes it. They're going to get on the counterattack now. All by herself on the outside is Kingsley. Good job there by Bonnie Frost to catch up to her. Southern Miss directs one back towards the front. There's Stefan. And the Jags will take it back just outside of the the box, about 7 feet shy. South Alabama redirects it the other way. That foul credited to Tay Collum for Southern Miss. First one of the match as the ball went out of play there. We're 0-0 in the 4th minute. That one off the top of Green, and it sails just a couple inches shy of the top of the net. A good quick play for South Alabama. Green trying to work on the redirect, couldn't pick it up. And it sails a little high. Golden Eagles with the goal kick now. And it'll be Helbling to take. Junior from Highland Ranch, Colorado, transfer from Richmond. Sends it back into play. Abby Jacobs now gets it, tries to shoot it towards Jasmine Green. Green caught stone-footed there, had to go after it in pursuit, couldn't quite catch up, and it'll roll out of play. Jacobs with it now, redirects it back towards the midfield. Near the center point. That's Dussault. She gets it to Bonnie Frost. Frost tries to find Monique Gray. Jags have not been able to get their leading scorer on the year involved in this one. And she is absent a touch yet. Good steal there for Iman Adi. Just outside of the attacking third, and the Jags retreat back to the back line. Playing it to the far side now. Dussault playing up. Jags will now look for Sydney Ham. Transfer from Ole Miss. And she finds Morgan Cross on the cross. Adi to Fuentes. Daniela Fuentes has Green all by herself at the edge of the box. She's going to have a one-on-one shot and a breakdown grab there by Helbling. First save of the match for her. First shot on goal by either side. Shots are now 2-0 in favor of South Alabama. Second shot of the match for Green. Get another look at that one there. And a good job of crashing in by Flamia. Took away the outside post from Green, forced her to narrow that shot in and made the save a little bit easier for her keeper. Ball will be directed out of play. Sydney Ham to put it back in for South Alabama. Ham goes to Dussault. Jags push it up for Green. And Jasmine Green doing a great job of controlling possession when she gets the ball on her foot, as that one is tucked away from Iman Adi by Izquierdo. Directed back towards the midfield. Dussault there for South Alabama, looks for Cross. Cross takes a bump from behind, that's Flamia. Jags looking for Green again. And that ball angled out in front of her a little. Surprised a couple of times. You've managed to turn a 7-goal scorer loose on the outside half. Jags have not come up with more than a shot on goal for it. But Muhammad Al-Zar's squad will have to be wary of that one, as Jasmine Green has a ton of space on the right side of the box. The past couple of times they've directed a pass her way. Good challenge there by Abby Jacobs. Stiglmaier directs it out of play. Played skyward by Frost. Jags with the ball now as they move the ball off to the left side. Our officials for today's game: Jason Kuhl, our head referee, Ryan Campbell and Louis Tron working as our side judges. Jags push one towards Daniela Fuentes. Fuentes looking for Gray. Gray in the box, past the keeper, it's in! Monique Gray gets the scoring going. Make it the 9th minute, make it a goal for Monique Gray, and South Alabama goes ahead 1-0, the 8th of the year for her. And a second look at that one. The Jags, a great job of getting it to Gray. first touch. She holds the leg high to corral it and sends it on in, and that'll be an assist as well for Daniela Fuentes, her 4th of the season. Gray goes off to celebrate with the teammate cross, and South Alabama leads it 1-0.
Assisting on the Jaguar goal.
Golden Eagles play it off towards the right side. 1-0 South Alabama. Cross trying to tuck that one away between the feet of Izquierdo from behind. But the pickpocket effort fails, and the Golden Eagles look to the far side. A ball that goes swirling off the foot of Sydney Ham out of play. Gray has certainly been a huge asset for South Alabama this season. As mentioned, her 8th goal of the year. Sophomore from St. Petersburg, Florida, came over from Seminole High School. Saw time in 17 matches last year as a starter, 19 total appearances. Clocking over 1,000 minutes on the pitch. That being said, she only had a goal and an assist last year. And has been fantastic this year for South Alabama with 8 in the back of the net. Jags direct it from Gutierrez Campos. And Southern Miss putting pressure on the back end now. Cross just out in front of her. Helbling trying to clear, gets it on to Adi. Iman Adi. Chase towards the near line. Pass back to Jacobs. Graduate student transfer from Auburn. Jacobs, a fantastic veteran presence on the side for South Alabama. Team that's seen a lot of injuries to their upperclassmen. Though hoping to get some of those players back as we approach the Sun Belt Conference Tournament. Absent thus far in today's match, Gabrielle Gale. Gracie Wilson, though Wilson did dress and warm up today. That one shot over the head of Ham. Went down in the match a week ago against Louisiana Monroe, did Wilson. Quiet year for her. Only 2 goals this season. Has mostly been able to help out her team in the assist category, where she's picked up 4 helpers. Jags shoot one up, looking for Monique Gray, and that ball just out in front of her there. Southern Miss ball. Golden Eagles mentioned, highly touted team coming in to the Sun Belt Conference this year. Finished up last year 10-4-3, 4-1-3 in CUSA play, 4-1-1 at home, and 4-2-2 on the road. We're the Conference USA Western champions, and fell just shy of Old Dominion in the CUSA championship game after eliminating UAB and Florida Atlantic. And Boca Raton, that one directed towards the net. Monique Gray on the run, but Helbling will get there first and pick it up off the ground. Jags trying to put some pressure in the back end for Southern Miss. Good challenge there by Cross, forces a bad touch by the keeper. And the Jags playing very up front right now. A lot of bodies in the attacking third. That one misdirected. Picked up by Iman Adi. Adi to Cross. Cross rolls back away from the box, tries to get away from 2 defenders, finds Abby Jacobs by herself on the inside half. That one tucked away from Jacobs. A tug there, and a whistle will blow. And they'll say that one goes against Abby Jacobs. Had Bernadette Stefan draped across her there. And the Golden Eagles will try and go quickly to get back on the attacking foot. Jags take possession on the back line, though, and redirect it back to Gutierrez Campos. Three shots for South Alabama, 2 on goal, and a 1-0 lead here in the 14th minute. Jacobs grabbed from behind there, no whistle as Stefan got a hand in on her, but the Jags find Green. Green in the box, 2 defenders in front of her, redirects back to at the edge. She puts one towards the net. No luck, it's deflected off the foot of a Southern Miss defender. Adi picks it up. She works her way towards the box. One-on-one, tries to sprint away, and she is tripped up there. And Sashuba with a costly foul inside the box. Adi, a good job there of moving the ball to her left foot. Sashuba getting her right as she tried to step through it. And it's going to be a penalty kick for South Alabama. Adi to take inside the box. Second foul of the match on Southern Miss. Adi with the one-on-one. Puts it in. 2-0 South Alabama. And in the 14th minute, the Jags find the back of the net for the second time today. 6th goal of the year for Adi. And Adi puts South Alabama up by 2. Abby Jacobs there with the steal in the midfield. Jacobs to Green. Green now on the run towards the box. Works her way to the back line. 2 defenders on her. Redirects back to Jacobs. Abby with it on her foot. Jags go to Adi again. Retreat back smartly to Mahi. Mahi sends it to Ham. Ham a stutter step there. One-on-one with the defender. Ham trying to find room, directs one towards the box and just wide of that outside post. 5th shot of the match for South Alabama. And Southern Miss looking a little bit discombobulated defensively as they get ready to put the ball back into play. Soft touch there. Jags come up, play with pressure. Challenge there by Abby Jacobs as she tries to tuck it away from Stefan. And Adi with it now. Adi to do so, and along to the right side, and Frost. Jags send it back. (2-0) South Alabama. Jags put it back in the box, looking for Abby Jacobs there, tucked away from her. And it was Sashuba who had the penalty to set up the penalty kick. They got it just off her toes. South Alabama maintains possession, put it back in quickly. Jags looking for Adi there again. Mahi will pick up the attempted clear just at the edge of the attacking third. Dussault moves it up for Ham. Towards the box, there's Cross, but off the top of a Southern Miss player. And Stefan will get it. And Southern Miss will go the other way. Jacobs now. Chased along the near side and tucked away from her there by the redshirt sophomore from Cape Town, South Africa. Substitutions getting ready to come on for Southern Miss as Natalie Wilson, sophomore from St. Johns County Day High School, gets ready to come in. Off the top of Sydney Ham. One touch for Monique Gray out in front of her. And Mallory Tapper's there for the Golden Eagles. Southern Miss across the middle of the pitch. Dussault gets in front of a cross, and the Jags reverse field. 2-0 South Alabama. The day cap to homecoming week here in Mobile, Alabama. And it's been a successful week for South Alabama athletics as well. Very good week out for them. South Alabama volleyball picking up a pair of wins over Louisiana. 3-0 and 3-1 in a Thursday-Friday matchup. South Alabama football in action against Louisiana Monroe yesterday. Sun Belt Conference action. Got the win there, and now South Soccer leads 2-0. Sydney Ham on the far side. Ham towards the box, looking for cross, and it's booted away there by the Golden Eagles. A smart play by Sashuba. Jags win it back in the midfield. Looking for Green. Green trying to find Adi, and a good takeaway there for Southern Miss. Izquierdo, Johnny on the spot. Adi tries to pick one up just outside the box. Takes a long slide for her, but comes up quickly. And substitutions will now come on. Natalie Wilson.
Coming on for Southern, 29, Natalie Wilson. Coming on, number 15.
As Abby Jacobs redirects there. Monique Gray with it now. Rolls back across the circle. And the Jags working to Jacobs on the near side. Abby Jacobs with it. Dances around a defender. Tries to work away towards the box. Redirects, was looking for Jasmine Green. Couldn't find her. Golden Eagles will clear. Adi with it now. From about 8 feet outside of the box. Daniela Fuentes picks her way through 3 defenders. Redirect. Fuentes looks for Adi. A header, it's in! Give her a brace on the day. 20th minute and South Alabama goes ahead 3-0. And Daniela Fuentes there, her second assist of the match. Put it right where her teammate needed it. And South Alabama goes ahead 3-0, the 5th assist of the year for Fuentes.
Coming on for the Jaguars is number 8. Coming on will be number 12,
Jasmine Green will now come off as Kaylee Littleford, junior from Birmingham, Alabama, takes her spot on the pitch for South Alabama. (3-0) Jags in the 20th minute. Very good offensive start for South Alabama. That second goal for Adi, by the way, for those of you who keep track at home, her 7th of the year, ties her for second on the team with Jasmine Green and puts her one shy of Monique Gray. And one away from the hat trick. Jags do have one hat trick to their credit this year, belonging to Monique Gray in the match against McNeese State. That one directed off the top of a Southern Miss player towards the net. It'll be the first shot of the match for the Golden Eagles, though the stat will stay squarely in favor of South Alabama as the Jags are out shooting them 6-1. Julia Boaventura comes on for Southern Miss now. Freshman from Salvador, Brazil. I will say the Golden Eagles maybe have my favorite roster of the year. There are some tongue twisters of names on here. Jags direct one towards Littleford. Daniela Fuentes, one touch. And that ball goes bouncing loose. And the Golden Eagles trying to get back on the attacking foot. Another fun fact, for those of you who keep track at home, Adi's 7 goals now tie her for 4th in the Sun Belt Conference, with Const of ULM, Jasmine Green of South Alabama. Littleford, one touch there. Has the ball now, runs through a tug on her jersey. And that one's tucked away. Smart play there by Tay Collum. Littleford with it now. Slight stumble there, but manages to find Adi. Adi tries to find Cross, turned away from her. Ball pushed back towards the middle third. Jags will pick it up there and send it back to JD Gutierrez Campos. Quiet day for her thus far. Another fun conference update, that 5th assist for Daniela Fuentes ties her for 4th in the Sun Belt Conference. Shout out to Maddie Joyner, the fantastic SID for South Alabama, keeping up with all those stats. Sydney Ham with it now on her foot for South Alabama. In fact, full credit to all the sports information directors across the Sun Belt Conference, doing a great job of getting information out, keeping everything updated. Iman Adi looking for Daniela Fuentes. She was frozen right near the center point, but Monique Gray there for South Alabama. Foot race and a diving effort just in time for Helbling as she was about to be one-on-one with Morgan Cross. Good touch there by Izquierda. Great ball handling skills for her. And the whistle will blow. And a foul credited to the Golden Eagles just outside the circle. It'll be South Alabama ball. Adi looks for Jacobs. Pass back behind her. Jacobs does a good job of burying the foot in the ground and changing directions. Bonnie Frost with it now. Frost looks for Gray, headed off the top of a Southern Miss player. Golden Eagles trying to reverse field now. They get it on to Kingsley. (3-0) Jags, just outside of 19 minutes remaining in the opening half. Monique Gray got the scoring started, and then a brace for Noor Iman Adi in the midfield for South Alabama. And thus far, the offensive player of the day has been Daniela Fuentes, who's been crucial on 2 of the 3 South Alabama goals. Some great long passes from her. Golden Eagles to put the ball back into play. And a foot race. Cross. Rolls back, gets away from her defender. Turns around, looks for help. That one's tucked away from her, and she lost her footing there. And the Jags with a challenge there break up a Southern Miss counterattack. Substitution getting ready to come on for South Alabama. Correction, I've been saying Bonnie Frost. It's actually Lily Lowry playing on the back line for the Jags. 14s and 15s occasionally get mixed up in my eyes. It's the dyslexia. Abby Jacobs has that one pushed just out in front of her. Boaventura with the touch there, and it's picked up by Gutierrez Campos. Lowry directs it back. Full credit to Lowry, though. She has stepped in for Gabrielle Gale here in the past few weeks and has done a wonderful job as the Jags center back. South Alabama turning it over there in the attacking third, though, for Southern Miss. And the Jags try and get it going the other direction. They find Mahi. Mahi finds Gray. Gray one-on-one on the outside. Runs back towards the middle. Picked up 3 defenders in front of her. Tries to find Cross. Redirected by Southern Miss, and it's Adi with it now. Iman Adi breaks towards the net. Some contact there. No whistle as Natalie Wilson got a foot on the ball. Played between the feet of Wilson. And Southern Miss trying to change directions. Maybe a change in strategy here on the clear. Southern Miss had not done a great job of picking the ball back up in the middle third. South Alabama was using that to great effect to keep pressure in the attacking end. That time you see it there. Southern Miss moves the ball off through a series of short crosses before trying to push it back into the South Alabama end. South Alabama in this one, just outside of 15 remaining, so we are into the 29th minute, near the 30th. Good pass there for South Alabama. Attempted clear, onto the foot, cross, she directs it, it's just high. Right above the top shelf, and Morgan Cross. A little wide. And Bonnie Frost will come in now for South Alabama, as well as Rebecca Calderoni-Martinez, Monique Gray, and Morgan Cross will come off. Cross after recording her first shot of the match.
Coming on for Southern Miss will be number 18, Alice Williamson, and coming
and 2 substitutions as well. Alice Williamson comes on. Contact there. Jags pick up the ball. Frost with it now. Frost tries to direct one towards the box. Could not find Calderoni-Martinez. Good recovery there by Jacobs. Jacobs with a wide left-footed kick. And she holds the hand just below the nose there and checks it. She took a hard collision with Natalie Wilson. Some teams have seen success playing physical against South Alabama. That being said, Abby Jacobs probably not the player to go up against. As the Jags challenge in the back end. Southern Miss trying to get it away. And it's picked up by Daniela Fuentes. Fuentes tied up, tucked away. Good defensive play there by Izquierdo. Whistle blows, foul on South Alabama. South Alabama allowing only 1 shot so far in this one, and they have been very good on the defensive side. Taking a look at those numbers, 9 shutouts this year. Second in the Sun Belt Conference. That's partially manned by J.D. Gutierrez Campos, who has been fantastic in that regard for South Alabama. team that is playing extremely well at home this year. Taking a look to their past couple of home matches, they've got 3 here against Southern Miss, 4 against ULM, 5 against the Troy Trojans, and all of that dates back to a September 18th 0-0 draw against the Georgia State Panthers. Since then, South Alabama is outscoring opponents 12-3. Minus a scoreless outing against James Madison. That's not counting today, where the Jags have added 3 more to that total. So the conference numbers more than a little impressive on the offensive end for South Alabama. Southern Miss, of course, has found production in spurts, 7 goals this year. Not the numbers they'd like to see, but they have found some wins in the conference slate in their first year in the Sun Belt Conference. Most recently, a 3-1 effort at Marshall back on September 17th. Golden Eagles trying to get out of some pressure in the back end here once again. And they redirect that to Helbling. Ball put back in play. Adi with it now. And Adi loses her footing there, goes straight down on the ball. Good job catching herself there. Foul going against Southern Miss. Do so with the touch, goes back to Gutierrez Campos. Under 10 remaining in the half. 35th minute here. Abby Jacobs with it. Jacobs past the Sun Belt Conference logo, looking for Littleford, tucked away by Southern Miss. Littleford, good challenge. Golden Eagles trying to find some room. Calderoni Martinez with a good challenge, and the Jags win it back. Bonnie Frost there. Redirect to Kaylee Littleford. Littleford at the outside of the box. Won over by Natalie Wilson. Wilson tightly pursued. And the Golden Eagles will try and reverse field. That one's finally pushed out of play. Fuentes with the ball across the center point, into the attacking third. Jags directed near side, Bonnie Frost. Back to Mahi. And she'll send it on back. Jags getting onto the foot of Daniela Fuentes here. Fuentes looked from Adi, who seemed to have zigged when she should have zagged there. Pass not quite where they wanted it. Taking a look at the head coach of the Golden Eagles in his 10th season, Mohamed Elzar. 70 and 78 and 24 record across those 10 years. Won Conference USA's Western Division last year. The Jags with Gutierrez Campos grabbing that one off the post. Took a second bounce near the back line and a great recovery there by JD to get back on top of that one. Southern Miss came up just shy of their first goal of the match. 3-0, South Alabama still leads. And the Jags make a substitution now, and they'll send in Gracie Wilson. As we take a look at Richard Moody over on the side. 6 year at South Alabama, 71 and 34 in 15, his overall record. 3 back-to-back Sun Belt Conference championships, 3 back-to-back NCAA tournament appearances. Jags move the ball off. And try and reverse field here. Taking a look at Gracie Wilson there, the Sun Belt Conference preseason player of the year, 11 goals and 10 assists a year ago. 2 and 4 the numbers for her this year. As mentioned, went down against Louisiana Monroe last week. Good to see her back on the field for South Alabama, getting a couple of minutes in before the end of the first half. Ball turned back. Abby Jacobs plays it off her front toe. Pressure coming from Boaventura. Under 5. As substitutions get ready to come on, Grace Gilmore prepares to enter for Southern Miss. Wilson, with her first touch, directs it back towards the back line. And the Jags roll it back to the keeper, Gutierrez Campos. Abby Jacobs there, rolls back out and directs one away. Good pressure there by Boaventura, who's playing well for the Golden Eagles. They'll send 2 in now. Adara Nakaro, native of Ontario. And Grace Gilmore, freshman from Wake Forest, North Carolina. Inbound there, directed away. (3-0) South Alabama. Abby Jacobs tied up to Allison Williamson there as that one's directed out the back end. And it'll be a corner for the Golden Eagles. trying to put some pressure on South Alabama's defensive line here in the final moments.
It will be a Southern Miss corner.
Can't quite tell who's the player on the take. Hand is raised. Ball directed on the ground. Golden Eagles pick it up, and it's cleared away off the foot of Bernadette Stefan. Jags trying to get on the counterattack, and the Golden Eagles will roll it on back. Tapper back to Helbling, who was playing way up. Ball just in front of Iman Adi. Bonnie Frost with it now. Frost spins around the defenders, picked up by a second. Izquierdo tries to challenge her between the feet, and that ball is won over from Mahi by Nakano. Quick minute out on the field there. Good job by Gracie Wilson to tie up Izquierdo, and she'll win the ball back for South Alabama. Jags get it to Bonnie Frost. Gracie with the touch near the middle of the pitch. Looks for Littleford. It's turned away from her. Littleford, pickpocket effort from behind there. Wins it back for South Alabama. Wilson now. Wilson takes it herself towards the attacking third. Sends it back to Jacobs. Jacobs challenged by Boa Ventura. And the Jags roll it back to Gutierrez Campos.
1 minute.
1 minute remains here, and South Alabama leads it 3-0 in the opening half of play. Ball scrambled around inside the box. Gutierrez Campos comes over. She'll grab it. 27 seconds. And JD will take her time. Let clock run. Eats up about 8 seconds on it. Trotting up to apply pressure is Williamson. Gutierrez Campos picks it up.
9, 8, 7,
Directs her back line on.
5,
And gives it a high booming boot.
2,
Off the top. Calderoni Martinez, and that'll end the half. South Alabama picks up 3. They lead it on a brace by Noor Iman Adi. You're watching Sunbelt Conference Soccer. When we come back, the second half, Alabama. And the scouting report on South Alabama mentioned Southern Miss picked to finish second, just behind the Jags. Picked up 12 of the 14 total first place votes. And of course, some big players on the all-conference list. Sydney Ham directs that one back to Michaela Dussault. And Dussault gets it to Gutierrez Campos. Jags trying to reverse field here. Gabrielle Gale back onto the field for South Alabama. First appearance for her since the 2-2 draw against Old Dominion back on October 2nd. Gale, however, working from the right back spot as opposed to the normal center back position she normally holds down for South Alabama. Penalty on the red, white, and blue side of the middle third. Southern Miss to take the free kick now. And they'll send Ryan Smith over to do the honors. Smith, a goal and an assist this year. That ball redirected by the Golden Eagles up front. Calderoni Martinez there, plays right into the feet of Smith, who goes down to the turf. I say turf, natural grass here at the cage. And Smith comes up a little hobbled there, and you see just straight up and down contact with the transfer from Memphis for Smith.
Directed towards the box, off the top of Sydney Ham. Adi wins it back for South Alabama. Adi with room to run. Adi with Calderoni Martinez out in front of her. Calderoni Martinez looks around, finds some help. She's got Bonnie Frost. Frost works her way towards the box. It's directed off the foot of Natalie Wilson. Out of bounds, it will go out the back end. And it will be a corner kick for South Alabama, the first of the match for the Jags, second overall. As Adi trots down to take it from the far side. Fuentes over there as well for South Alabama. And it'll be Daniela to take. She raises the hand, puts foot to leather. Towards the box. Off the top, Calderoni Martinez chased down by Ham. Ham now from the near side. Dances around a defender. 2021 Sun Belt Conference Newcomer of the Year after transferring over from Ole Miss, and it's won back by Calderoni Martinez. Jags send one in the direction of Adi. One back by the Golden Eagles in traffic. Southern Miss looking to reverse field. Interesting for South Alabama, they seem to have moved Fuentes up. With the addition of Gale to the back line. And Gale seems to have shifted over more towards the center back role. As Jacobs continues to hold down the right and do so. The everyday starter at left back for the Jags. Gabriella Gale. Moves it up, pass to Adi, taken away. There is Kiara Dojani on the spot. Golden Eagles trying to find some room through traffic. Good cutback, two Jags tie up. Nakano there. Ball will head out of play and it will stay with Southern Miss. Put back in quickly. Frost, another challenge right by the sideline. Jags point one way, Golden Eagles another. They'll maintain possession and put it back in. Onto the foot of Littleford. First touch spirals high. Mahi looking for the clear. Golden Eagles trying to find some room. Mahi again. She finds Daniela Fuentes. Fuentes to Littleford. Kaylee looking for space, nowhere to go. Cross directed off the chest of a Southern Miss player. Golden Eagles win it back at the center point. Searching for Kingsley, they find some space. She rolls back and gives it over into the middle third. Golden Eagles from the far side. Tucked away, good win there by Abby Jacobs. Jacobs with free space now. Tucked away from her. Good play there by Southern Miss on the back end. Flamia with the win for the Golden Eagles, and they'll roll it on back to the keeper, Helbling now. Gale gets in the way of the pass. Jags turn it back, and Fuentes will pick it up near the center point. On to Adi. Adi, quick change of direction. Looks for Daniela. Fuentes now. About 10 feet outside of the box. Traffic tied up by three defenders, and the feet go out from under her there. Whistle on Mallory Tapper. Muhammad Al-Zahar displeased with the call there. And will receive a warning from the referee. Fuentes to take. Down 5 yards shy of the box. Golden Eagles line three bodies in front of her. Helbling works to the near post. Fuentes hooks it on the arch. It's in! Second goal of the year for her. Couldn't have asked for a prettier shot in the 51st minute. And Danny cashes in. It's 4-0.
nil Jags. Two assists and a goal for her today. And Fuentes a win there. Takes it back the other direction. She's got Calderoni Martinez. Calderoni Martinez behind Helbling. And she's grabbing the ball and pulling it back. Great play there by the Southern Miss keeper. And a second look at the opportunity there. And that one took one bounce as it squirreled behind Helbling, and she does a great job to recover and pull the ball back in. 4-0 Jags, and it was almost 5. Jags trying to go back the opposite direction now. Calderoni Martinez redirects to Adi. Adi knows she has Ham. Ham outrunning her defender on the near side. Turns back, good rollout for Sydney Ham. Redirects, Littleford. Littleford near the box, she takes it, redirects, couldn't find Calderoni Martinez. Ball rolls on back, Bonnie Faust will force the backwards pass for Southern Miss. Golden Eagles trying to play the other direction now. Gabrielle Gale directs one back to Gutierrez Campos. Four goals for the Jags today. Second most allowed by Southern Miss in the conference slate. Jags looking for Littleford. Littleford will lose the foot race there. Good pursuit by Mallory Tapper to cut off the junior from Birmingham. And Sydney Ham there cuts off the throw-in. Picked up by Adi. Adi looking for Bonnie Frost. 2-on-1 there for Southern Miss as they're trying to split the defenders. They've got numbers going back the other direction. Quick counterattack. They roll off near side. They're going to find Kingsley. Kingsley, one-on-one, Ham in front of her. She gets some help. There's Littleford sailing in from behind, forces the rollout. Pass to the near side. Tapper with it now. Tapper works her way to the box, back to Kingsley. Kingsley pursued by Ham. Ham pressure, and the ball pushed out of play there. It'll stay with Southern Miss. Good recovery by the South Alabama midfield. And Southern Miss had some speed going on the counterattack. That one played off the top there of Lexi Griffin. Picked up by the Jags. Jags direct towards Adi. Adi plays it back to Daniela Fuentes. And a foul there against South Alabama. Izquierdo got out in front of Daniela, put a foot on the ball, and then lost her footing. Whistle blows. I think that one might have been more incidental. I think Izquierdo may have stretched herself out and lost her footing there. And an interesting decision now for Southern Miss as they play the keeper up to take the free kick near the center point. Considering the speed of South Alabama, as that one's misplayed by Ham off the top. Kingsley with it one-on-one at the outside of the box. Ham cuts off an attempted shot. And the Golden Eagles have pressure on the back end. Jags challenging, and Gale with the attempted clear there. Sliding tackle Calderoni Martinez. She can't come up with it. And the cross there, no one home for Southern Miss. Helbling will have to come up and play it. Pressure. Golden Eagles looking for room. Gale gets in front, cuts that one off, and Gutierrez Campos comes sliding in and dives on top of it. 4-0 South Alabama. Just outside of 33 minutes to remain in the match. Golden Eagles would need to find 4 goals to get back into this one. For an offense that's had some power outages this year, only 7 goals on the season. Those could be hard to come by. That one played through the feet there. Rolls out of bounds. South Alabama ball. Abby Jacobs to take the throw in. 57th minute now. Jacobs directs it back to Gale. Gutierrez Campos. Footing there, a slight push from behind. From Izquierdo, the Golden Eagle captain. Dussault takes the free kick. Shoots it to Gale on the far side. Jags center back plays it along to her line mate, Abby Jacobs. Jags shoot it to Adi. Adi tries to find Littleford over her head. Ham comes on to help as the Golden Eagles pick up possession there. Out of play it goes. Substitutions ready for Southern Miss. Esmeralda Figueroa comes on. Takes the place of Blessing Kingsley.
For Southern Miss, number 4, Esmeralda Figueroa. Coming off will be number 17, Blessing Kingsley.
Golden Eagles send Figueroa back out, graduate student from Laurel, Mississippi. One of 2 Mississippi State transfers on this squad. Responsible for a goal and an assist this season. Ham throws the ball in, it rolls down, picked up by Tapper, who's the only one in the vicinity. Ball played back skyward, off the chest of Sydney. Littleford with it. Littleford looking for space. Gets one off the foot of Bonnie Frost. Abby Jacobs chases it down on the far side. Jacobs, one-on-one, quick cut there. Off the chest of Adi. Adi corrals it. Backwards kick called to Roni Martinez off her top, and an acrobatic move for Noriman Adi, but no reward. It'll be a goal kick for Helmbling and Southern Miss. Jags pick the ball up. Calderoni Martinez towards the box. And that one's redirected skyward off the foot of a Southern Miss player. And it'll be a second corner of the match for South Alabama. Southern Miss wants substitutions, and they'll send Boaventura in. And the Jags will change up the front attack as Monique Gray, Jasmine Green, and Morgan Cross rejoin the front field.
Jags, number 32, Monique Gray. Coming off, number 15, Bonnie Frost. And coming on for your Jags, number 11, Morgan Cross. And coming off will be number 8.
And the Jags bring out the offensive crew.
Coming on for Southern Miss will be number 31, Julia Boaventura. And coming off will be number 11, Adira Nakano.
As Daniela Fuentes gets ready to take the corner. It's skyward off the top of a Southern Miss player. Jacobs runs it down for South Alabama, directs to Dussault. Dussault looks across the field. She wants Fuentes. Daniela picks it up near the back line. It's tucked away from her. Ball will stay with South Alabama. "4-0 Jags. 61st minute here. Fuentes to take. Second corner back-to-back for South Alabama. Jags have 3, all 3 coming in the second half.
Jaguar corner.
Gabriel Gale, who can be particularly dangerous in this spot up near the net. Adi directs it towards the net. Skied around, Mahi got involved there, and it's cleared away. Monique Gray on the foot race for it for South Alabama. Directs back Dussault. Everyone unclumps. Good decision there by Morgan Cross. Cut one way. Saw that there was nobody back behind her and turned back. Cross, good challenge there. Izquierdo tied up, and she'll have to direct it back towards Helmling. Golden Eagle keeper tries for a long ball over the head of Sydney Ham. Back behind the defense now, it's Tapper. Tapper, good recovery and challenge by Ham. She's chased out the back end. Ball stays with Southern Miss. They'll put it back in play. Golden Eagles find Izquierdo just outside the box. And Monique Gray with the win there for the Jags, trying to get her back on the front foot. Jags on the attack now. Rolls one off. Jasmine Green. Green turns on the Jets. She's behind the defense. Green, one-on-one, a defender and a keeper in front of her. She rolls back. Tries to find some space, shot redirected, Cross picks it back up, Cross towards the net, it's in! First of the year for her! And correction there, that's actually the second goal for Cross. And in the 62nd minute, she finds the net. 5-0 South Alabama. Another look at that one. Great play by Morgan Cross to recover and find the net. And the Jags extend the lead on the goal of Morgan Cross. Mahi with the ball now. And Adi picks it up for South Alabama. Adi looking for space. Great job by the Southern Miss defense to stay in position there. They'll play one over to Bonaventura. First touch by Sydney Ham. Awkward on the front foot, couldn't recover. Golden Eagles trying to reverse field. Abby Jacobs with the clear. Cross in the vicinity. Takes a little bit of extra contact there. South Alabama wanted a whistle, did not receive it. Figueroa tries to direct one towards the net, off the foot of Gale. Golden Eagles pick it back up, one-on-one with Campos, unable to cash in. The shot just wide.
Coming on for your Jaguars.
Substitutions coming into the midfield.
Coming on, number 16.
Daniela Fuentes, a laugh there as her teammate Lawrence Saviana throws the sub jersey onto her. Mahi will also come off.
Number 9.
As Gracie Wilson returns to the midfield for South Alabama, and she'll get a hug there from her teammate Iman Adi, who's having a career day. And the Southern Miss players shaken up. That'll be Ryan Smith, who has helped off the field. As we'll now peel out to either direction for a hydration break. South Alabama leading Southern Miss 5-0. 5-0. South Alabama sits on top of Southern Miss, and it's time to take a look at the match recap presented by Town Place Suites. Norman Adia Brayson. This one, Monique Gray got the scoring started, and it's been Daniela Fuentes and Morgan Cross as well in there. Jags hoping to close in on the win here, up 5-0. And extend their unbeaten streak to 13 consecutive matches. Last loss coming back to Texas A&M. Cross directs it back to Ham. Ham looking for Green. Green plays it off her top. Has some help. She's got Monique Gray in the area. Played it back looking for Saviana. Saviana finds Cross. Cross just outside the box and a whistle. And they'll call Morgan Cross offsides there. That was a close call as the first offsides is tacked to South Alabama. Cross maybe had a half step, but not much more than that. That one played over the top of the 6-foot freshman, Alice Williamson. Jacobs looking for Green. Foot race won, though, by Natalie Wilson. Ball stays with South Alabama. Jacobs to take the throw in. Finds Samiana. On to Monique Gray. Gray from foot to foot and spins. Back outside to Gabrielle Gale. Dussault across the middle of the pitch. Jags looking for some space. They've got some soft spots on the back line. I think that's what they're looking for on the pass there. That one extends Gracie Wilson out. Wilson picks it up, though. Foot race, and there's that soft spot. There's Morgan Cross. She's one-on-one with the defender. Cross works her way to the top of the box, and she's tripped up there. Good defensive play by Izquierdo. Cross, a great recovery, though. Cross to Green. Green redirects back towards her, trying to find some room. One-on-one. There's Adi, and there's a shot, but it's grabbed in by Helbling. Great save there by the Southern Miss keeper. And Ham takes away the pass in the attacking third. Jags play it back. Wilson to Saviana. Second save of the match for Southern Miss. Third overall. Gutierrez Campos has one. Helbling has two. Credit to the South Alabama defensive back group as they've held the Golden Eagles to just 3 shots. Gutierrez Campos now plays it up to Wilson. Senior from Conyers, Georgia, has that one tucked away from her. Southern Miss with the ball on the back end, and it's past JD. 8th goal of the year for the Golden Eagles. And it's 5-1.
Southern Miss go.
And the Golden Eagles make it 5-1 here in Mobile, Alabama. Back-to-back home matches with a goal allowed by Gutierrez Campos, and taking another look at that one, it's Bernadette Stefan. She tucks it past Gutierrez Campos inside the near post. And the Golden Eagles find the board. In the 67th minute. Off the top of Wilson. Golden Eagles with it, trying to go the other direction. Good win by Saviana. Jags looking for Cross. That one's tucked away. Figueroa looking for space, won by Ham. Sent back by Cross. Dussault with it now. And Dussault playing dangerous with it there. Was a wide berth. It was off her front toe. And had closing pressure from Figueroa. Jacobs there and an offsides against Southern Miss. First time the Golden Eagles have been whistled for getting ahead of themselves. Gutierrez Campos puts it back in play. Saviano with it. Plays it with do so. Tries to find Cross at the center of the pitch. Cannot. Sidney Ham clears it away. Smart decision there. By Ham to play it away. Off the top of Wilson. Adi picks it up. Adi, a juggling act. As the Jags try and work it up to Wilson, they'll go back to Gale. Center back plays it on to Jacobs. Jags trying to find some room to move. Southern Miss doing a great job of cutting it down in the midfield. Jasmine Green goes back to Jacobs. Jacobs powers through and finds Monique Gray on the soft touch. Gray, great spin. Moves against the flow, directs one towards the net, and Helbling's there. And a couple of white jerseys back behind her. Golden Eagles look to play it the other direction. They find the 6-footer there. There's Williamson. Tie up. Bunch of bodies in the center of the pitch. And they'll play it off to the far side. Dussault cuts it off there. They were looking for Figueroa on the back end. Jags roll it up. Saviano with the first touch. And the defensive midfielder plays it to Jacobs. Wilson now. Playing it quickly across the center of the pitch. Looks to the near side, there's Cross. Cross tries to split the traffic. Leaves it for Green. Green, one-on-one, it's in! 6-1 South Alabama. And the 5th Jag to find the net today. And taking a second look at that one there, Green put it right where it needed to be on the assist from Cross, and South Alabama goes ahead 6-1.
Coming on, number 27, Evan Jacobs. Coming on for your Jaguars.
Substitutions coming now for South Alabama as Gabriela Angulo returns to the pitch.
Coming on for Southern Miss will be number 30.
And the Jags find a response to the goal in the 67th minute by Stefan.
And coming on will be number 31, Julia Boaventura. Coming on for Southern Miss.
That's a good moment of recovery for South Alabama. You get the big lead. You give up the goal in the soft spot there. As that one is skied, hits off right above my head. And the Golden Eagles lose possession. Jags put it back in. Gabriela Angulo, just back from international duty, does the honors. Tie up there. Ends with Gracie Wilson down on the pitch. Saviano takes the free kick quickly, finds Morgan Cross. Back to Angulo. One of 2 Jags who was away for international duty. The other one being Hillary Hyen. And it's directed back to Dussault. Into the 72nd minute. 6-1 Jags. Gutierrez Campos finds Wilson. Wilson tries to redirect, looking for Angulo. Good recovery. Jags now looking for Cross again. First touch there by Southern Miss. Lexi Griffin with it. Golden Eagles trying to get back on the counterattack, playing away from the white jerseys. Griffin Good speed, great touch there. As she finds Gasparovica. And that one just angled out too far in front. Golden Eagles trying to find a threat there. If you're Southern Miss, there is a good takeaway from this one, though. You found a very good South Alabama squad, one of the best defensive units in the Sun Belt Conference, and found a goal. As that one's played back the other direction. Off the top of a Golden Eagle player. Big hole. Jasmine Green. Green, if she's going to get past the keeper, she's going to make it a brace. It's in! 7-1 South Alabama. 2 minutes apart for Jasmine Green. And still down for Southern Miss is the keeper. As Helbling is slow to get up, came out trying to take on Green one-on-one. And you see that one played off her toe there. The redirect and Jasmine Green, a great recovery to chase it on in, and Helbling still down for the Golden Eagles. Credited on the assist there is Gracie Wilson for South Alabama, her 5th of the year. As Helbling receives some assistance from the training staff and her teammates. And heads back towards the Southern Miss sideline. (7-1) South Alabama. And you hope to see Helbling, who's having a good year. Hopefully not too shaken up. And for Southern Miss, it's the backup keeper getting ready, Kelsey Bruni. So. And now the look at Jasmine Green, currently leading the Sun Belt in goals, 9th of the year for her.
Coming on for Southern Miss, number 0.
As Kasea Bruni comes in to take the place of Alex Helbling.
Jaguars, number 12, Jasmine.
3rd appearance on the year for Bruni. Transfer over from Fresno State. As she inherits a 7-1 match. Second most goals allowed by the Golden Eagles this season. And an opportunity there for Ms. Izquierdo, tries to get a shot. And Gutierrez Campos does a great job of breaking down and taking away that opportunity. JD skies it. Jags pick it up in the midfield. Hillary High in there with her first touch, gets into Adi. Good pressure from the Golden Eagles, trying to keep the ball in South Alabama's 3rd, but instead broken away by Adi. Cross now at the edge of the box. Morgan looking for room. Redirects to Adi. Adi gets around, directs one towards the post. It bounced off. Bruni left her feet. And that's Monique Gray again, and that one's high. Back-to-back shots for South Alabama, and no luck.
Coming on for your Jaguars.
And a great effort played as Calderoni Martinez returns to the field for South Alabama.
Number 19, Noah
And Iman Adi will get a well-earned rest here in the final 15 minutes. Taking another look at that one there. Her shot just off the post. A half-inch away from the hat trick. Southern Miss trying to put the pressure on. Izquierdo, good recovery there. She changes direction on it. The Jags don't have anybody back in net. Campos was up. And the redirect out of position and wide. JD takes a moment to talk to her defense, get everybody back where they need to be. And we'll slow things down now for the goal kick. It was a great second chance opportunity for Alice Williamson. (7-1) Jags, as Gabrielle Gale plays it up to Lawrence Saviana. Saviana back to Campos, and Campos just looks to clear. Off the top of Green. Picked up by Griffin. Griffin directs it back to Bruni. Substitute keeper in for Southern Miss after Helbling was shaken up. Off the foot of Angulo. Trying to get it back into Jags territory. Dussault's pass deflected away there. Slovakian native getting a foot on it. And pressure now in the attacking third for Southern Miss. Jags 7 goals in this one. Ties them for their season high, which came back in Hancock Whitney Stadium on August 28th against McNeese State. Wilson plays that one to Cross. Cross gets it on to Dussault. Dussault pushes it towards Green. Off the top of Jasmine Green. Monique Gray on the foot race now. It's going to be some pressure there for Mallory Tapper, and Tapper has it taken away by Green. Monique Gray dances around, tries to find some room. Gray back to Cross. Cross picks it up on the outside half, directs one towards the net, and Bruni's there. First save for her on the match. Onto the front foot of Smith, who was shaken up earlier on a shot for Southern Miss. And Dussault picks it up, rolls back, and pushes it down the near side, or the far side, rather. Taking a look ahead for South Alabama, there's some tough games on the slate. Texas State, Coastal Carolina for Senior Day, and then wrapping it out on the road at Arkansas State for this year. Sun Belt Tournament, of course, as mentioned, right around the corner, going to start on Halloween and run through November 6th. Gracie Wilson, the win there in the midfield for South Alabama. Jags played up to Green. Jasmine Green to Wilson. Wilson by herself on the outside. A defender in front of her, takes her time, lets everyone set around her. Plays it quickly. Directs one towards the front, redirected. Golden Eagles with a great defensive play. And Southern Miss wants the counterattack now, trying to play with speed. Izquierdo plays it off to the far end. Golden Eagles looking for a cross into the box. Some contact there as Dussault collides with the Golden Eagle just outside the box. And taking a look to their upcoming schedule, they'll be back home on Thursday for action against Appalachian State. Then it's at Arkansas State and Louisiana to round out their year before the conference tournament. Free kick from 4 feet away from the edge of the box. 7-1, just outside of 11 minutes. Golden Eagles trying to eat into this South Alabama lead. As time starts to wind down, they've had some great pressure here in the second half, just haven't been able to cash in. Gutierrez Campos arranges herself to the middle of the net. Wall of Jags, and the kick is sailed. No luck there for Southern Miss as their fortunes reverse, and they'll head back the other direction now. Goal kick for Gutierrez Campos. 7-1 Jags, just outside of 10 minutes remaining. Saviana with it. Directed towards Angulo. First touch for her. Went off the chest. She picks it back up. Tries to spin around and find some room. Has to go back to Dussault. And now looks for cross. Spinning ball off of her shoulder will be put back in by Southern Miss and Mallory Tapper. Smith now, foot race. Ball tucked away from her there. Good play for South Alabama by Angulo. As mentioned, just returned from her international duty with the Venezuelan national team. Ball spirals high. Saviana chases it, plays it off her top. Jags looking to reverse field cross. Fifth-year senior from Scotland takes her time, puts it on the foot of Gutierrez Campos. Jags look to get a cross back to Gracie Wilson. Instead, it's taken away by Southern Miss in the offensive end. And the Jags now want to clear. Cross there, through some contact. Down she goes. Ball will stay with the Golden Eagles. Tapper puts it back in. Izquierdo works it way to the back line for Stefan, and Stefan's shot will be redirected by Calderoni Martinez. Richard Moody giving his team some instruction there as the breeze starts to pick up in Mobile, Alabama. Gutierrez Campos to Gale. Gale dashes up the far side through a grab. Tries for Calderoni Martinez. Hillary Hyan with it now. Hyan tried to find Calderoni Martinez. Good takeaway there by Southern Miss. Golden Eagles trying to find room, one-on-one with the keeper, and it's offsides. Whistle blows. Stewart was behind the defense when she picked it up. And a bailout moment there for South Alabama. Sloppy play in the defensive third here as time rolls down. As Coach Moody giving his team nary a minute's rest. (7-1) Jags. Gutierrez Campos to take. Calderoni Martinez redirects back to Monique Gray. Gray looks for Green. Green pushes one towards the net. It's high and wide, and the whistle blows. And they'll say Jasmine's redirect didn't come until after she crossed the back line. No, they'll say offsides. And the ball sent the other direction. Hillary Hyan watches it take a bounce and roll out of play. As we wind our way through the 83rd minute. Monique Gray. Played off by a Southern Miss player. Jags maintain possession. And then you have band kids over in the stands doing as band kids do, putting together a chants. Turnover there in the middle third. Jags trying to push some pressure back. Southern Miss coming on the other direction. Izquierdo has that one played out in front of her, and a hard push to the back of Gracie Wilson by Gasparovich. And Angulo comes up to play that one for South Alabama. Wilson with it now. Wilson to the near side and cross. Cross has it taken away by Izquierdo. Cross wins it. Cross trying to play around a defender. She's got Green. Green tucks it in.
Jaguars.
Keep it going, Jasmine Green. The hat trick for her. And in the 84th minute, it's 8-1 South Alabama. Cross will get the credit for the assist, and the scoring continues for the red, white, and blue.
Coming on for your Jaguars, number 15, Bonnie Frost.
Bonnie Frost will come on. She'll take the place of Monique Gray. And a substitution there for Southern Miss as well. as Blessing Kingsley will come back on, taking the place of Alice Williamson. 8-1 the score. And it'll be the hat trick for Jasmine Green, all coming here in the second half, 71, 74, and 85. 10 goals this year, ties her for 15th in the NCAA, and plants her firmly at the top of the Sun Belt Conference ranks. Saviano. Cut off there, was trying to find some room, looking for the cross for Angulo. Couldn't get any room. Jags pushed the ball back towards the middle third. Saviano. A pass towards Angulo that rolled off and angled back around. Goes out of play, Southern Miss ball. And Southern Miss will have Flamia ready to return to the pitch. Jags. 84th minute. Cross pushed off a ball there, but gets some help from Gracie Wilson. Wilson plays it to her. Morgan Cross out front. Cross with a defender in front of her, plays it back. Good rollback for her. Directs it across the pitch, looking for Hillary Hyen. First touch off her chest. Jags looking for space. One away from Gracie Wilson. And skied. Golden Eagles want to reverse field here and get on the counterattack. And they will. Looking now for Ryan Smith. Smith on the foot race. Beats Dussault to it. Good challenge there by the Jags right back. And it's one back over and a push from behind. A foul on Southern Miss. Yellow card issued. And that one will be tapped to Ryan Smith, the first one going either way in this match.
The yellow card has been displayed to number 32, Ryan Smith of Southern Miss.
And the Jags with a 7-goal lead. See that there. A couple of times we've seen Southern Miss players make a grab. And the Jags kept their footing and ran through it. That time cost a South Alabama player their footing, and the card was issued. Cross pushed off of that ball there by Mallory Tapper. Jags will put it back in play. Angulo tosses into Saviano. Jags looking inside. They're trying to find Bonnie Frost. She was cut off. And it was pushed out the back end by Southern Miss, South Alabama corner.
Coming on for Southern Miss will be number 20, Tate Collum.
Or correction, they'll say that Frost had the last touch on that. Tay Collum will return to the field for the Golden Eagles. And we hit the 3-minute mark. 8-1 Jags. Green off her lid. Rolls back towards Gale, who gives it to JD and buys the defense a moment. High booming kick. Jags trying to play quick here and put the ball back into play. 87th minute and an 8-1 lead. Jags into the box now. Trying to find some room. Bonnie Frost and a shot blocked there. Good takeaway by Kasaya Bruni. Puts it back in. Saviano for South Alabama is there. Lawrence sends it back. Angulo goes back to Saviano. And now works her way towards the back line. Redirects it. Looks for Cross over the top. Southern Miss tries to clear. Cross keeps it though. And pressure in the back end. Southern Miss going to try and reverse field. 1:35 remaining in the game. And the Jags an 8-1 lead. Saviano, good win there. And Saviano taken down from behind. Ryan Smith will be whistled for the foul. And it'll be a free kick for South Alabama, just outside of a minute. Jags a season high 8 goals in the match.
brace for Noor Imanati, a hat trick for Jasmine Green. Angulo pushes one towards the box, off the top of a Golden Eagle player.
1 minute to play.
And we hit a minute remaining. Smith with it now. Smith to the far side. Golden Eagles work their way back towards the center point. Saviano with the takeaway. And an errant cross will be tinged off a couple of Golden Eagle players as they want to reverse field. Other way now. Southern Miss ball run down into the corner by Kingsley. Out of play it will go, off her foot. South Alabama ball. And we're under 30 seconds. Jags put it back in. Off the foot of Gale. Pushed away.
10, 9, 8,
And just a reminder, today's game is brought to you by ESPN.
3.
I'm Charlie Harrison saying so long from Mobile, Alabama, where the final score is 8-1 South Alabama. All games airing on the ESPN network are streaming live and archived on the ESPN app. This has been a presentation